podcast for the
We don't
reason.
even get name yet.
Yeah, so that's But I'm going to put this clip
Yeah.
in the intro.
Okay.
So our podcast, like
This
this conversation here, like, we were thinking about the name. So what's the name?
Bro. So it's a Friday night.
Mm.
I text you about. Actually, I texted you during the week to say I was gonna come through,
Yeah, we did.
but I don't think you replied. So in my head, it was 50-50, right? And then today, you text me. I was in the cinema,
Mm.
and I said, "No, you called me." And I texted
Yeah,
you. I
you
said, "I'll
text
come
you in the
through."
cinema. Yeah.
And I got here. We're just chatting, thinking about the next big thing.
Yeah.
You turned on the camera. You did some configuration.
Yeah, you know.
Did the light
Still
setting.
producer.
Yeah, still producer. And we don't even know what we're doing, what we're talking about, what this show is going to be called.
We're just vibing.
Or we're vibing. We're going to get inspiration from somewhere. And we're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
That's
think
the
Friday
plan.
nights, we could just like get on the mic and just
shoot some breeze,
shoot
man.
something, bro.
Shoot
How's that
shoot
for an
some breeze.
introduction?
All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we decided we'll talk about the U.S. elections to start with.
Yeah. You know, I was going through my phone just now, and then that just came up.
Mm-hmm.
What's your views? Who's your candidate?
Trump.
You know, I would have guessed that before you even said that.
Yeah, Mr. Controversial. right?
Yeah. It's never
Power to the
straightforward.
people. I'm generally anti, anti-mainstream.
Anti-establishment.
Yeah. But why Trump?
Yeah.
Well, out of the two candidates, Trump, obviously, there's certain things that
Let's
have...
rewind a bit, though, like
Yeah.
back to when it was Biden as well. Did that have any influence?
Of course.
Maybe start from there.
Of course.
Start
That's
from
what.
there, yeah.
That's when I stopped trusting the Democrats. Well, I haven't trusted them for a while, but and hey, just caveat: I'm based in the UK. This election generally
It's
doesn't
nothing to
have
do
any
with
impact,
us.
but this is just my opinion
Yeah.
because it affects the world in some way.
Yeah.
So when the Democrats were trying to convince us that Biden was sane or Biden was capable,
Yeah.
I was like, you guys are a bit too desperate. Like,
Yeah.
I'd prefer someone that comes out to say the truth, says the truth. Like, yo, our guy is messed up at the
Yeah.
moment. We'll get someone else, So
Doesn't that remind you of when of Tinubu back then?
yeah.
The Bala Blue.
Yeah. Blue Bala. And then with Kamala Harris, I have a bit of a problem with the expectation that black people should just vote Democrat.
Yeah, based on
Yeah. I just feel like vote who you want to vote for, but don't come, especially when black people as a whole, and I'm saying black people specifically, but ethnic minorities. I think generally ethnic minorities in the USA vote for Democrats. But I hate the fact that the Democrats expect it. It's their right. But you know how different communities, they're almost like they broker deals with the government. Okay,
Yeah.
you want the Hispanic community to vote for us. What are you going to do for us? You want
Yeah.
the Chinese community to vote for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like the black people in America don't really, they don't get anything. They don't get anything in return, and they vote year in, year out, or election cycle in, election cycle out. They vote for the Democrats. So I prefer an election where people just think for themselves. And
See, some parts I agree with you in parts as well, but could it be like someone like Trump, for example? Could it be some of his rhetoric that makes people not want? I get what you're saying about, and I subscribe to it. I will not vote for a party because of the color of my skin. But Trump a bit with his the controversies that are had around ethnic minorities and things he says. Could that possibly be why blacks are not voting for him or Hispanics or whatever?
Yeah, and honestly,
And are those things even true, or is it mainstream media? Because
that's what I was about to say.
I
So
see a lot of headlines about things about Trump, but then
yeah,
I don't know if they're true or not.
there's two parts. So yes, I think what is being reported about him might rub black people off the wrong way, and that's not even what I'm talking about. So it's not even about the fact that they're not voting for Trump.
Yeah.
It's the fact that the Democrats expect them to vote for them regardless.
Even if they're giving a candidate who's losing his mind.
Yeah. So the Republicans are racist. Don't vote for them. But he might be a good president. Like, you know, his tenure, his first tenure wasn't exactly the worst.
Yeah, I don't think he
was. You know, so.
Well, he did have COVID come at the end of it, but then still,
like every president in the world had to deal with that. So, but when I think about it, it's like, yo, vote for who you want to vote for. Just don't vote blindly. You know. Yeah. And what experience does Kamala have? Like, what did she do in the last 4 years as vice president?
I'll tell you something. With some of what Trump says, I agree with. Some I don't agree with.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
But when he was up against Biden, I wanted Trump to win.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I'm like,
common sense.
We're not blind. Like, this guy can't even complete a sentence. Yeah. This person can't complete a sentence, but because he's part of a party that, I don't know, maybe we need to ask Americans who live in America, but I'm not sure what exactly, like you said, he's done for, or anyone's done for those communities that give you a right to say, oh yeah, you must vote for us. So that was the first thing for me. I was like, mate, Trump, flog this guy. Mm-hmm. I was looking forward to the debates and seeing. In fact, I watched the first debate and it was a joke, and I was looking forward to the second one with Biden. And then when Biden left and they brought Kamala, now I'm getting so, and it's that thing now. I'm seeing that what's the word I'm looking for now? It's that thing, that expectation, that it's almost, I'm looking for a word and it's just gone.
What, for Kamala?
No, for what I feel like is happening. Like, you know,
that
you get
hope, that change.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Oh, taking your freedom, saving democracy.
Yeah.
Bro, saving democracy, but you're the party who was fielding a guy who's not in his right mind, in his right senses. So who is actually trying to affect democracy?
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't trust them. And another thing, and it's probably going to be controversial, and I'm not trying to be controversial, but Kamala launched her campaign with, what's this guy's name from Drag Race? RuPaul. And I'm just trying to understand, what does that have to do with the elections? Like, it's obvious they're targeting. It's like launching your campaign with a black organization. It's like, it's obvious you're targeting this thing. You're not saying we're going to make the world safer for you. We're going to pass law. You're just...
Man, it's politics. You know, with elections, it's numbers game. It's like, okay, which people? These guys have these people, right? Let's try and get the maximum of these people.
Well, that's why I don't trust them.
Then the undecided, who are the undecided, then we'll try and get them this way, that way. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it's how, you know, you bring out minorities, you know, it's becoming like racial, it's becoming sexism, it's becoming all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Why don't you just go on policies and say what you want to do for the people?
Yeah.
You get me? Like, then you have a Beyonce singing, so you can get half the black women.
Yeah.
Then you go on all the black talk shows. You know, then you go where?
So that is my problem. That is my problem. You're doing all of that, and you're not really saying how you're going to help these people's lives once you get in power. Yeah. What obvious practical steps you're going to take? You know, it's all well and good. You can have Beyonce come and sing for you till she turns blue, but how does that impact the
I've got a good example for you as well, bro. Remember, it was similar when it was Obama versus I don't remember who he went up against now, and then Obama then came and was the guy who deported people the most in history.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're like, bro.
Yeah.
So that's why for me all this
I don't know how
campaigning on race and all of that stuff.
It's weird. It's crap, weird. Bro. Like, I just want people to.
It's just crap.
If anyone's going to vote Democrats and they say, "Oh, look, I've looked at the stats. The Democrats are going to do this," and then by all means. But you know, this whole first black.
I don't like where the world's going. You know,
first black female president. Hey,
and then you go, oh, then we're gonna go talk to all the LGBTQ. Then we're gonna talk to all, bro. It's just like
it's like a theater show.
Yeah,
not really what the results are.
It's tiring.
So yeah, still on politics.
Yeah.
Trump assassination. What do you think?
Bro, that thing looked like it was from the movies, man.
Oh, for real?
Honestly, for me, everything that just built up to it and the way it went, and knowing
Yeah.
it's Trump. If it was anybody else, then you go, it's possible. Oh.
Yeah.
But with Trump, like, it's just the sort of thing that happens with him. You know, how the guy was able to go on the building, how...
Okay, but if it was,
Yeah.
why aren't the Democrats saying, "Oh, this is something fishy," or like, why aren't the investigators
No,
going and
because you know,
saying?
sometimes, yeah, bro, in this PR space,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing has happened to this guy.
Mm.
If you start attacking whether it's true or not true,
Mm.
people are just going to look at you like you're a hater.
Mm.
So it's better you say what he did was courageous, but we still look at all the things.
But you have investigators and stuff in the FBI,
bro,
the
it's-
CIA, or whatever.
Bro, these things is beyond us, man.
Yeah.
Beyond us.
Well, if you're saying that it's possible,
Yeah.
then it's also possible that Trump probably pissed off from some very
He's been threatening
powerful people.
to expose everything. I'm going to expose files on John F. Kennedy. I'm going to expose files on this and that.
So if
You know?
some people who have
I'll show you a
who
headline.
have a special interest in that, don't you think there's a chance that
That's why I said, look, a lot of these things is just above us. Bro.
exactly
They show us what they want us to see.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example of something that happened, and this is possibly I'm sure it's natural what's happened, and it's not planned or connived. But this Lynch guy that died, the tech guy that died just last week or some days back.
on the yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Lynch.
Mm.
He was celebrating the fact that he was let go.
Mm.
He won his case, basically. He was acquitted of some sort of fraud.
Yeah.
His partner, who was also, they were all involved in that.
Yeah.
He died last week.
Oh.
Or some weeks back. He died recently. Someone ran into him.
Like a car hit him.
A car hit him
Jeez.
while he was jogging, right? And then
This guy's dead.
this
now.
guy is dead. Even though it was a natural disaster, but I was then reading the company that made the boat were saying, how would no one know that the storm's coming? That fishermen in small boats know the storm is coming. And then also, it's looking like human error in parts because I forget what you call it now, but there's something that should come out of the bottom to stabilize it, because it has a big sail, very high sails, whether second biggest in the world or something weird like that. And there is something that's supposed to go down to steady the boats.
He didn't.
It didn't. It didn't work. So they're like, the people who made boats are like, bro, what's going on? This is human error.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now there's going to be manslaughter. There's some of the crew, I think, have been charged for manslaughter. So the point I'm trying to make is, this might be the most natural thing in the world that happened.
But it could also be
Boycott. That's the kind of world we live
something
in now.
else. Yeah.
But when you say something, it'll be like conspiracy theory. But the truth is like, massive coincidence. Massive.
I find it. I've for years I haven't watched the news, but it's
Don't watch
pointing
it, bro.
out-
Honestly, don't watch
It's just negative.
Let me just go on to so this is BBC, right?
negative. So much stuff.
I'll read
But
the first
we need to talk about this.
few
Don't
stories.
say it. Don't say it. But we need to talk
Okay.
about this. Do you know?
So
do you know what
negative,
the issue is?
again, look, several people killed in Germany festival, knife attack.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that before. It's like everything is just like negative.
Yeah.
Death,
So
storm,
much bad news.
storm. Even this one that's supposed to be listen to this headline. TikTok blames. What am I saying? TikTok blamed for hit to Iceland cucumber supply. Bro, I'm sure when I open it now, maybe a lot of people are buying. There's probably a TikTok challenge, and people are buying it. But look at the negative spin on it.
Yeah.
The next one, rioters who threw brick and been at police jailed.
You never really see
You know?
good news. Something
It's all
happy
bad. It's all
happening.
bad,
But yeah.
It's all bad. So Bro, that's the world we live in now, man. You know? That's the world we live in now.
100%.
You know? So it's gangster, bro.
Mm.
And then now, even like just things like cost of living, right?
Yeah.
Where it just feels like gloomy at times.
You feel the squeeze.
Yeah, you feel the squeeze.
You feel it. 100%.
You know, even when you're investing and you're doing stuff, like it doesn't feel as bountiful as before.
Yeah. I feel like we need to do more.
Yeah.
Just to live at the same level that we're living, you know. We need to find a side something.
Yeah.
A side gig. You know.
You mean addition to the several gigs, you mean?
Yeah, well, you know,
more side gigs.
More. We just need to keep
more
adding and switching and pivoting and, you know.
Yeah.
I was telling you about something I was working on and I said I'm not.
Yeah.
It's taking up too much of my time. Yeah. So even though like I get something out of it, I'd rather
anything that can be automated.
Yes.
Put up the work up front and let it run.
Automation is the key, in my
Starts
opinion.
getting a bit.
Yeah. If you're hustling, then you can do physical products and stuff. But when it's like something more long term,
you
know,
and numbers are bigger.
Yeah. I think you need to focus on that.
But in spite of saying all this, bro, we need to find positivity somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the news we're saying is not positive. The economy is not positive.
Yeah.
Politics is not positive. But we still have to find positivity.
Us. We bring positivity to your screen.
To your screens.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just finding something to.
Let's ask people who watch. What do you want us to talk about?
Yeah. So we're talking to all of the 2 people that are going to watch this.
Three.
Me,
I'll call my cousin in Nigeria.
So me and your cousin.
But yeah, someone tell us like,
is there
anything you particularly?
We'll come up with stuff. I think something that can also teach people things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got a lot of skills.
Yeah,
I've got some exposure to things as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe teach people how to. People are in different stages of their lives, and we've got experience in a lot of things. So I'm sure we can bring some sort of experience.
Yeah. We're both immigrants, so we can have something about.
I remember the right wing. We need to touch on that a bit.
Riots.
All the riots and all the immigrants. You said immigrants.
Honestly, talking about negativity and stuff.
Yeah.
Please believe I didn't read one article.
Oh wow.
Or watch one video.
Oh wow.
Or pay attention to one news clip. So I really don't know much about it. So I'll let you break it down.
No, so I think you know when things are not rosy, right?
Mm.
When things are rosy, everything's fine. No one really sees you don't see a lot of issues. Right?
Yeah.
But like we're saying, you know, the economy, all of that stuff,
Yeah.
you know, is obviously affecting people.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to turn to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Either you're turning to the government or you're turning to, well, they're probably the best people to turn to because they're in charge of everything.
Yeah, of course.
But you find someone to turn to.
Mm-hmm.
So I was speaking to one of my close friends, right? And I tried to get his perspective on things.
Yeah.
So he's white British. And he was saying, you know, the immigrants, 2-tier policing.
Mm.
You know, 2-tier policing is that some people are judged as separate, are policed a different way to the others.
Yeah.
So he's like 2-tier policing. The in his words, the Muslim guys from the north.
Yeah.
Sort of, you know, from the north of England. They do this. They were the ones that did the sex ring, where thousands of kids were, you know,
groomed
and stuff.
Yeah.
And they do this crime and they do that crime. But bro, my answer to things like that, right, is what's the percentage of ethnic minorities in this country?
Mm-hmm.
I think white British are still 82% or something. what about those crimes? It's similar, isn't it? It's the same. The same way there's a ring here, there's a ring there.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I said, people will look for something to blame and people to blame.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about immigration, right? People say, yeah, people are coming on the boats. That's the problem. Well, bro, how many people come on the boats yearly into this country?
Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest form of immigration here is legal immigration. Is the government of the UK going out there and saying,
we have a shortage of these roles
doctors, or we have a shortage of whatever. But what's making it worse now is they're having shortages of care workers, unskilled jobs, fruit pickers.
Yeah.
When you then have to go abroad to get people to pick fruits and do these things, look at how many people come in.
Yeah.
Also, people coming in to do these jobs, they pay taxes, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Their application forms, they pay thousands.
Mm-hmm.
When they come
That's
as
all
well,
revenue generation.
Mm-hmm. They pay NHS surcharge, meaning they're paying to use the NHS. Billions. So the government is making billions to be able to support the state, especially the huge welfare state.
Yeah.
But these are the same people who have a problem with immigration. Don't get me wrong, immigration has to be controlled because you can't just have people flock into a country, or no matter what country it is, because they're defined resources.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like this. When you bring an extra 500,000 people, you're going to build 50 schools.
Yeah.
Or maybe they need more, actually. So it's not going at that rate, the infrastructure. So yes, you do have to control it. But you can't eat your cake and have it.
Absolutely.
You can't be generating billions from people coming. And aside from all the things these people have to pay to come in, they're here to work. So they pay taxes. Right? So more generation of income.
Yeah.
They're bringing in doctors from abroad. Doctors, you know the kind of taxes they pay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you can't eat your cake and have it. You can't say the immigrants are coming and taking jobs and you're not even doing those jobs.
Yeah.
Or whoever is saying that is not doing those jobs.
But don't you think there's a bit of, in my opinion, you see, when all of this stuff was happening, I feel like the news was, or the media, mainstream media, the more they reported on it, it's almost like they were egging it on.
Yeah, it was people say the tone of it as well, like calling everything right wing.
Yeah.
And what people say is, oh, because I'm complaining about this, you're right wing.
You're calling me right wing. Yeah, exactly.
Right wing is an ideology, right? If you believe no immigration, you believe, conservative policies and things.
Yeah.
That's what right wing is. Right wing is not, well, in my opinion, should not be an abuse.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Mm-hmm. So even people saying, oh, you're telling us right wing. Mate, right wing is because of what you believe in, right? It's what you believe in that makes it right wing.
Yeah.
So part of being right wing is like, if we remove all the nationalist parts of it, but it's like, is some sort of what do you call it now? Not socialism, not communism. Capitalism as well. Means work. You have to work, make money from it. So it's not necessarily.
So you're saying the people that are shouting right wing, right, they're not even working.
No, I'm not saying. no. I'm saying right wing believes in that.
Yeah. But I'm saying but there are these people who are meant to be right wing. They're not even working.
Bro, they ain't even right nothing, bro. They're just like a lot of people who are complaining.
Yeah.
Are nationalists, not even right wing. Those those aggressive, violent ones.
Yeah.
Also, some of what has caused this problem is Brexit. People voted to leave Europe, meaning people who came from Italy, France, at least those countries where they measure up economically, are not coming anymore. So you need to go to a different part of the world to get people in, and those people don't look like you. That's where people are starting to have a problem. They've always been immigrants working here and moving here.
They've been European.
I'm moving both ways because the same way people are moving here, Brits are moving all over the world as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
But like I said, this all boils down to the economic situation. If it was bountiful and everyone's fine, I've not heard Norway complain. Switzerland, I've not heard them complain about immigration and all these things. Because it's bountiful. Things are nice.
Absolutely.
But the minute there's an economic downturn, you need to blame something. That's my take on it. And that's not still saying that a lot of these people don't have genuine grievances.
Yeah.
But saying that your grievance and directing it to immigrants, also I have another controversial take on it, right? When you look at a lot of the parts of the world that are moving here, right?
Yeah.
The West has a hand in it. So Syrians are moving here.
The war.
Who are the people fighting and aiding and supporting different parts of it?
Yeah.
Iraq, bro. Saddam Hussein was bringing some sort of stability to that region. Then you said there's weapons there
That they never saw.
right? But you've gone there and destabilized it, and
Libya.
armed different people. Libya.
Gaddafi. I read an
Gaddafi was
article.
pals with the West.
Yeah, a year before.
But the minute that he wanted to start to have like one African currency and all of
and
this
stuff, yeah.
and then when you go back to places like even Nigeria, where we're from, where I can speak factually about, right? You go to the south, where the oil comes from in Nigeria, right? What kind of companies are there? It's the multinationals.
Yeah.
But look
Shell,
at how much poverty is
BP,
there.
Yeah.
People say, oh, they give the local chiefs money. Bro,
The pollution, they can't
you're
farm.
polluting that place.
It's the fishing communities
Yeah.
can't fish because of the oil spillage.
Those places are run down.
And they say it's the spillages that happened there are worse than, the one that happened in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
Like in comparison, and
Yeah,
the world
yeah.
was in uproar.
Yeah.
So
And those are the parts where I can point to the West, but not saying that is not vindicating the leaders in places like Africa, at least I can talk about, where there's so much corruption.
but I feel like the West have a hand in that as well.
Yeah, but bro, we still cannot vindicate our people. We know our people that go and take money from people, that take even from the national budget. They
What I mean
steal.
is, okay, so where do they hide this money? In the West.
Bro, but it's not who's keeping it, it's who's stealing it. If
Yeah,
if our leaders don't steal this money,
Okay, let
And
me
they do what they
let
need
me
to do.
paint a scenario. Yeah, a leader that isn't. It doesn't have to be president. It could be anyone, but a politician that isn't the best for us goes in, and the West know that because this person will do our bidding, just turn a blind eye. So this person has cheated his way in, and the West have gone. Yeah, it's okay. Like, no one's going to save us. No one's going to.
But bro, I think it comes to a point where you have to accept responsibility for your actions.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm saying.
I know that
I'm
the
saying
West have a
there's
hand
multiple
in
parties.
influencing. They influence
Yeah.
leadership and stuff in places, but it's not the West telling a government minister to embezzle billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Desiani, that was in the West. Do you get what I mean? But where I blame the West is probably some of the dealings they probably do in the oil industry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But bro, we have a level of autonomy, right? Where one man is different if the West is taking money away from us and we have to remit billions every year.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about one local government chairman stealing millions of naira, one minister stealing billions of naira. That's where we have to accept. That has created economic issues to the point where there's a lot of economic migrants. The average person in Nigeria wants to leave Nigeria because there's poverty, mate.
Yeah.
So there are both internal and external factors that's causing all these things. But everyone has a hand in it. And blaming immigration for the problems in this country, I think is not genuine. It's not 100% genuine.
But I think it works for the government because if they keep the people focused on immigration, then they won't really ask the real questions like, why can't we buy houses and why aren't there jobs? And
Possibly, but there, bro, we're saying here there are no jobs. But look at you and I, right? I would say we're in the, I don't know what percent, right? But we're not even born here. We came here and learned the ways.
Me, I'm a low percentage. I'm still not sleeping. He's the higher. He's the boss.
No.
This is the
Business owner, everything. So
investor.
investor.
BJ.
No, you be investor.
Investor BJ.
So the point I'm trying to make is that the opportunities are here.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot say the opportunities are not there,
100%.
right? Because what makes someone come from Poland, Nigeria, India, right? Even without education, no big education, and can be successful here. So what's the excuse for someone who's actually grown up here? And some people will say, oh, they're from poorer parts of this country. But bro, you and I know what poverty is in places like Africa. And if people can come from those places and be successful here. Look at some of this, Femi was saying this the other day. When you look at all these courses and certain professions, project manager today, you see Nigerians and Indians on the course. Tomorrow, business analysts. Tomorrow, data governance. The same people, and they move around, and there's that hustle spirit.
Yeah.
And they go on to be successful in it. One day, I was watching a video of some guy that says he's doing some course, and there was a girl giving a testimonial on there. She says she's never done anything in tech. She does buying and selling. And she did this course with this guy for weeks. Just maybe 2 months course. I don't know, maybe 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. And she's now working in an IT, in a tech role.
Oh, wow.
Right? Bro, that person's come from a country where they don't even speak the language the exact same way.
Sure.
So I don't like that excuse of there's nothing to do or there's I know people who, their jobs, Heathrow airports, right? Look at all the people working there.
Yeah.
Ethnic minorities, right? So there are jobs. You go to factories, Amazon, delivery drivers, it's ethnic minorities.
Yeah.
So if you're born British and I'm not saying people have different situations, but that excuse of no jobs doesn't.
Do people still say?
Yeah.
I
people
guess.
are taking your jobs, mate.
Yeah. True.
And when you now look at because there's a benefit state as well, they support someone like once you earn a certain amount in this country, you are not entitled to any help from the government. Zero. Literally zero. Right? But there's a lot of support for people who are not up to a certain level. So the point I'm trying to make is, even if you're working an unskilled job, right, and not making enough, there's a system that supplements you.
Yeah.
So it's hard to. Things are hard. Don't get me wrong. I'm started with, but
I know you're trying to justify.
Yeah, but saying that someone's come from somewhere to take that job off you. Yeah, mate. Were you sleeping?
I hear that.
So that's where I don't totally agree. But yeah, that resources are strained. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. And
that's the fault of the government. And its government policies is getting the country out of Brexit. It's needing people to work. It's all these things. It's needing the income that comes from people coming here.
Yeah.
So the conversation should be the government and in your votes, in the way you vote. So that's how I see it.
No, I agree.
That's how I see it.
I agree.
I'm sure if I lived in a country where, in fact, it happened in Nigeria as well, Ghana must go. When things went great in Ghana and a lot of Ghanaians migrated to Nigeria.
Yeah.
And they were successful, they were the teachers, carpentry, some vocations, and they were very good at it. But it got to a point where Nigeria said they must leave.
Yeah, because they felt like they were taking their jobs and stuff.
No one's taking your job, bro.
I think it's natural if immigrants come into any space.
Yeah.
If British people came into Nigeria and took everything, or not everything, but
it happened, bro.
Well, they did it by force. We didn't really have a choice,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. But yeah, I think it's just natural.
Yeah.
It's natural.
For me, right, I think you need to look at both sides, and you need to. Something else that's really made it worse is misinformation. Misinformation massively.
Yeah.
So my friend used to send me some videos, and on my stream, I never see things like that. On my feed, rather on. So there's targeting as well of information, of misinformation.
Yeah.
So my friend would get things like, oh, this guy, this this immigrant, you know, assaulted someone or did something to someone, and that's what will be on his stream, and the police didn't do anything. This guy did this and he went free. This guy did this and he went free. Oh, but this white guy was arrested. That's what he was seeing on his stream.
Yeah.
Well, because now, you know, the technology is to the point now where everything is tailored specific to you.
Yeah.
And they know who you are, and they know what would
Get a reaction out
motivate
of
you.
your trigger.
And when you look at people like Elon Musk, who owns Twitter, his views on these things, he was feeling a lot of it as well. You know, saying, yeah, you know, why the whites being this and that. So, you know, when you then look at how that information started to spread, it was like the thing that happened in what's it called? The Stockport killing. So some girls were killed.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some kids were killed, and that was part of what started it. But people like your main man, Andrew Tate,
Yeah.
came out and said the guy
My guy,
was,
top G.
guy who came on a boat, the
Yeah,
Muslim
yeah.
guy, I think he was.
People
trying
make
to-
mistakes.
that ain't no
People
music.
make mistakes.
Bro,
He's-
this is an agenda that these guys are pushing. So look,
people make
when
mistakes.
you do things like that and you start off a massive riot and then you say, oh,
was he the one that started it?
he did it.
But
Farage
was-
tweeted it.
but was
Farage
he-
said it's
I-
similar.
I want
And
to know.
Farage said he heard it from Andrew Tate. Dollar.
Then they catch you. See that? But okay, so was he the one that started the riots? I'm just trying to understand.
No. So he was tweeting stuff like that. And Tony Robinson, the far
I can tell you about Andrew Tate's followers. They don't riot.
Yeah,
I
but
don't-
when you mix Andrew Tate and Tony Robinson,
They're not friends. They're
they're
you know-
friends, right?
Yeah, well, they don't. I don't
Yeah.
think they have different messages. They're not
I
on the
think
same
they
level.
get along.
As long as I just want to
Yeah.
clarify that people who listen to Andrew Tate don't have time for
Nah,
riots. Like
your boy.
they're hot. That's my guy. That's my guy. man.
So he says some things that I sort of. would
You-
not turn
you
my
come
ears to,
around. You come around
never,
eventually.
never. But he says things like the Matrix, you know, and people who run the world, and I might sound like a conspiracy theorist, but surely there's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's something like that,
course.
and it serves different purposes. You know, it could be to maintain world order. It might be to, because it might even just be a government. You know, like the U.S. There's strong government, but I do believe that there are people who have more power.
Of course,
And
that
the-
we
and the
don't
others.
know their names.
And
We
the
don't
others.
know what they look like.
Because when you look at it, right, even the U.S. elections.
This mic is just blocking your face.
Oh,
so
okay, sorry.
just look in the screenshot. But yeah,
Yeah.
keep talking. Yeah.
Nobody wants to see my face. Trust
I
me.
know why.
Yeah. So when you look at the U.S. elections,
Yeah.
right, people donate billions
Mm-hmm.
to these elections. So what that says to me is that the president of the most powerful country in the world is bought as well.
Yeah.
He's bought. Someone's paying for him.
Absolutely.
So without even us just looking at it logically, right, means these people, he probably owes them massive favors.
Of course.
So for me, these are the people who control things. They're
Mhm.
part of the people. When you look at the media, those election funds,
Come from someone.
yeah, when they get those funds, a lot of it is spent on the media.
Yeah.
You have to buy airtime to make your
So the
opponent
people
look
who
bad.
are reporting for you have to.
So those guys in the media as well,
Mm.
they're powerful as whatever.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at Elon Musk, he owns arguably the biggest communication method
Mm-hmm.
in the world right now. So, the point I'm trying to make is some people do control the world, they dictate what happens, how it happens.
Yeah.
So when Andrew Tate says things like the Matrix and people coming after him, no, it's not.
Do
delusional.
you think people are coming after him?
I don't think it's that important, to be honest. He does have a message to people. He has a group of people. So yes, maybe there are people who don't like his message and don't like the fact that he's that powerful. But I don't think anyone has that much time for him, really.
So you're saying that there's a possibility, but you don't think so?
No, I'm saying there's a possibility, but I don't know if it's happening to him.
So me and you are closer to the end goal that you realize.
No. I'm just saying Andrew Tate is just a guy that just wants
so
to make
basically,
money.
you're saying there's a chance that he might be. I just think that yes, he's probably right. I don't think. I'm not saying.
No,
he's
I'm saying there's definitely a world power somewhere.
Yeah.
And like I said, it might be the government of the most powerful country in the world. It might be the richest men in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the people who have someone like Bill Gates,
Mm-hmm.
right? No one can tell me that he's not one of the most influential people in the world because his technology is used by
You saw the Microsoft
almost
glitch
everybody
that
in the world.
happened a couple of weeks
so
ago.
people like that, and then he's like involved in all of the COVID vaccines and malaria vaccines and this vaccine and Africa and this and that. So there are people who are powerful in the world and dictate a lot of what happens.
Mm-hmm.
You look at guys in finance. They literally dictate how the world goes.
Yeah.
So if someone's talking too much or trying to distract from what the message that they want, then I can see how that can be a problem.
So yeah, that's so I don't. For people who defend Andrew Tate, I don't see the world as black or white. So I'm not saying he's good or bad. I'm just saying whatever is happening is happening. He may be guilty. I've never lived with him for one day. So
I think Andrew Tate is just a guy that wants to make money, and he just wants to make money. All of the stuff he says, everything still leads to me money. Look at the cases he has.
He can do both.
Money.
He can do both though. He can be inspiring young men and still making money.
Bro, inspiring what? How?
Eat right, work out, work hard, respect your parents, be good to people. If you actually listen to him, that's what he said. So when people say he's this, he's that, just like the news, you choose what you want to listen to.
To be fair,
with him, what I think is positive, I listen to. He says, work out every day, make no excuses, work hard until you make it. What is wrong in that?
No, there's nothing wrong in those key messages. To be fair, I haven't really listened to it for long. I listened to his interview with Piers Morgan.
Most people who criticize him don't listen to him. Because if you did, you won't criticize him.
So I've watched his interview with Piers Morgan, and some of the questions that come up, like, why did you say this? Why did you say that? He tries to dance around, that's not what he meant, or this, but bro, what you say is what you mean.
Rishi Sunak does it every other week, and Keir Starmer. Do you know what I mean? It's no, I'm not
So
saying.
like when he says things like, oh, my woman can't go out, but I can go out. My woman can't do this, but I can do this. Right? From my head, when he explains it, like, oh yeah, because a woman is to be taken care of, or a woman is more, can be tempted more. I'm just like, bruv, like, what are you chatting? But then I've heard him say other things like, looking after your family and stuff, which is good. But if that's what you want to say that. Don't go.
But we're not perfect. I might say something that's correct today and say something that's wrong tomorrow. It's what you believe.
Andrew Tate, bro, is intentionally being controversial.
I agree. What I would say is if we're doing it in terms of percentages, I'd say 95% of what he says is positive and inspirational, and 95%. The other 5% might be controversial.
Bro, I'd say maybe it's 50-50.
If you listen to him...
The reason why I say that, right, is look at these riots, right? He might have said 100 good things. But when you go out and say the person who did this atrocity is a Muslim guy from that came on a boat, right?
Nobody's above mistakes.
And you fuel it. No. What kind of mistake is that? You're intentionally, even if that's what it was, you're even if it was that person, you saying that, you're just instigating stuff and you're telling people to do something about it.
And that's why I was asking you. Did he start the riot? That's what I'm asking.
One of the people that started it, telling people to do something about it. Like, what are you trying to say?
And so that comes to my second point. Andrew Tate followers do not riot. I can guarantee you.
Bro.
I'm not one of his followers. I don't. Like, there's people who go to his academy and I just feel like if I hear common sense sometimes.
He's a very powerful guy. And
Andrew Tate.
what he says, and he needs to be responsible with what he says.
Absolutely. I don't think
sometimes he's very irresponsible with what he says.
I don't think he should make such a mistake again. And I didn't watch a Piers Morgan interview, but I assume that he apologized for that mistake. Did he?
Oh no, the Piers Morgan one was before.
No. They spoke. I didn't watch the full thing, but that's where Piers Morgan was accusing him of the tweets.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the old one.
I watched the new one.
Yeah. So he apologized. I'm pretty sure he did.
He was dancing around the whole thing.
I am pretty sure.
He was saying, but I was right that it was. He started saying random things.
I know, but I think Piers Morgan got him to apologize. I'll watch it. I haven't been bothered. It shows how much of a follower I'm not because I didn't watch the interview. I wasn't like, yo.
I like watching controversial stuff.
Yeah. I've just, as you know, I've just been busy.
Bro.
But yeah.
I'm starting to fall asleep.
My guy. So what are we doing? Are we putting this on the two Sabi for now?
I don't know.
We want everyone to like just be aware of what's happening.
Yeah, I don't
this
know.
This is reality. We're coming up with the concept.
Just thinking about what we want to do and just freestyling. And we're signing out now because I'm falling asleep.
My guy, good to see you.
Always lovely, bro. Always lovely.
More of this.
More of this, bro.
100%.
More of this.
Thanks for joining. And look out for more stuff that we're working on.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.